Back at it for the first time in a long time, live streaming. I'm trying to make this a quick one, you know, ain't got too much time, but so what's upcoming on the channel? So the main thing I'm waiting for would be the EDP documentary. The EDP documentary was supposed to be out last year, but unfortunately, Mike Clum is taking a long time to produce this documentary, which is quite unfortunate that he's taking such a long time. But we'll wait for him, and we'll hope that he can produce something good that I can respond to. As far as you know, why I'm live streaming again. Some of you guys might remember over a year ago, I did a live stream. I called it The Last Hurrah. Okay. I did a live stream called The Last Hurrah, and that was meant to be my last live stream, not of all time, but before I was going to do Asia content. I was always going to do Asia live streams, but you know, I'm not interested in, I mean, well, it's not I'm not interested, I'm not able to do that right now. But yeah, basically this live stream is going to be a one-off. It's not going to be a regular thing. There's not many people in here right now. No, that's expected because I don't do this, and I said I'm not going to do it again. So even though I put a notification up. But yeah, the main thing I wanted to talk about was the moving to another platform thing. That's the main thing I wanted to talk about, is moving to another platform, because I feel like moving to another platform is something that we can discuss. And you know, when I talk about moving to another platform, there's a lot of different opinions, and I need a bit more information. So that's that. As far as my next video, I'm thinking about Savvy Guy. You know, I don't really want to do Savvy Guy that much, but the thing is with Savvy Guy is that if I post a Savvy Guy video, like response, it's easy for me to do, really easy, and it's not going to be too long. I've thought about other video responses, but I just feel like the time period to do those video responses, not the time period, but the length of the video, I don't want to do responses that are, you know, nearing on 1 hour long. I really don't want to do that. So that's why I'm probably going to do Savvy Guy next. So Boomer Hate. Some of you guys have seen this trend on the internet, you know, and I've seen it. This hatred of the Boomer generation. I see it commonly. People believe that Boomers had it easy, and that Boomers are somehow, you know, bad people or unethical or immoral. Actually, when you think about it, it's the opposite. It's millennials, Gen X, Gen Z that are unethical, that are immoral, and that are unrighteous. I'm not saying that all Boomers are good. I'm not saying that all people who came after Boomers are bad. But from what I can see, and from what the studies show also, the Boomers were far more moral than the later generations. Now, don't get me wrong. I got my issue with the Boomer generation as well. You know, I do have my issue with the Boomer generation. Don't get me wrong. The Boomer generation, they didn't really do the best job of raising the kids. But let me tell you something, they did a hell of a better job than millennials. you know and Gen X, well, Gen X's are older. Gen X's are a terrible generation. Gen X was the first generation that really started up the lol cows and the gaming and the anime dorks. That's why you got guys like Boogie, who's nearly 50, or he might even be 50 now, and all these lol cows on that channel that was made by Keemstar. Most of them are Gen X's and millennials. I don't see no boomers on that channel because boomers didn't play video games in their adulthood. Boomers never watched anime in their adulthood. Boomers were more mature. They were more mature. They had better morals. They stayed married. A lot of boomers are still married to this day. A lot of Gen X's and millennials, they've been on 2, 3, 4, 5 marriages, and boomer is still on number 1. Yeah, because the boomer generation, it had some values to it. I'm not saying it was a great generation, but they still had values. Most boomers stayed married, bro, compared to this generation. Hookup culture, not to mention the crime that this generation commits. They did a study about, I don't know the numbers, but they did a study. It was regarding boomers, Gen Z, Gen X, and millennials. Who commits the most fraud? What kind of fraud am I talking about? I'm talking about the kind of fraud where you buy something online and you falsely claim that you didn't receive it to get a refund and get a free item. Boomers were on about 3%. I think Gen Zers were on over 50%. So that tells you that Gen Zers are stealing, right, from businesses. They commit way more crime. I mean, Gen Zers and millennials commit way more crime than the boomer generation. But they claim the boomer is unethical. How is the boomer unethical? Oh, the boomer got the money. Yeah, it's jealousy, bro. That's what it comes down to. They're jealous of the boomer generation. I'm not. But they are. They're jealous of the boomer generation. The boomers got the house easy, blah, blah, blah. They're always out there crying about the boomer generation, man. What are you crying about the boomer generation for? The boomer generation made mistakes, but every generation made mistakes. For me, the boomer did a far better job of it than Gen X's. They did a far better job of it than Gen X's and the generations that came after. But it's jealousy. Oh, you can't earn more than your parents. That's not true. You can still earn more than your parents. You can earn more than your parents. Nobody's stopping you from earning more than your parents. You're stopping yourself. I earned more than my parents. I don't see it as anything special, but a lot of these people, they're like Daniel. They grew up comfortably middle class, not rich, but sorry, not poor. And they really didn't apply themselves, man. They weren't ambitious. And a lot of boomers weren't ambitious because they had it easy to a certain extent. But like I said, even the boomers that weren't ambitious, they still had morals. They still stayed married. All these Gen X's and millennials, how many of them are in long-term marriages, man? The single mother generation is booming right now. There's a massive amount of single mothers right now. Yeah, because of Gen X's and millennials, predominantly. But yet they want to say that they're better and the boomer is unethical, the boomer is bad. How are you any better though? You're not better. You're just pretending that you're better because you're arrogant. You're arrogant, you're playing the victim, and you're feeling sorry for yourself. We're going to talk about feeling sorry for yourself. There's no statistic that would make me believe that the boomer is any worse than the Gen Z or the millennial or the Gen X. If those people who complain about the boomer, they're not bringing statistics. They're not bringing any statistics to back up what they believe in. I brought a statistic. I don't have the numbers accurately, but I can get them. I can just find it online. I can get the numbers to prove it, that Gen Z, millennials, and Gen Xers are committing more crime, but yet they want to sit there and claim like they're the good guy. No, you're not the good guy. You're not the good guy at all. And you want to sit there and pretend, constantly pretend, and play the victim. Nah, bro. I just keep it real when I talk about this topic. The Gen Zer is a loser, the millennial is a crybaby, and the Gen Xer is a clown, as far as I'm concerned. The boomer, a lot of them are not great, but I take a boomer any day. As a business owner, I'd rather do business with a boomer any day. Boomer, they will tell you if you make a mistake in a payment or something like that. Gen X's are I don't know what's wrong with that Gen X generation, because some of them seem like they're old. They might be 49, 47. They seem kind of old to a lot of people, but they're some of the worst people I've ever dealt with, Gen X's. I like to deal with the boomer, the 60 plus, 65, 70-year-old dude, man. I like to deal with those dudes because they got the experience and they know how to deal with people. Think about the fake guru, right? The fake guru. Now, fake guru's been around for a long time. Coffeezilla has spoken about that. But when you look at the fake guru boom, most of them are Gen Xers. Grant Cardone, Grant Cardone may even be a boomer, but he's not a real boomer. He's not 65, 70 years old. He might be like 60, but he's not a real boomer to me. What else? Who else? What's that guy called? Patrick Bet-David. He's one of the biggest con men I've ever seen. Patrick Bet-David. He's a con man. He's a Gen X. I mean, these Gen X's they have no morals. I don't like him at all. I don't like him at all. There's nothing about Gen X that I like. And the millennial and the Gen Z are just completely useless for the most part. Well, let's get into feeling sorry for yourself. I see this trend on YouTube. Oh, I'm feeling sorry for myself. I'm a victim. It's too hard to make money. It's too hard to, get by in life. I can't find a girlfriend. What do you mean you can't find a girlfriend, bro? Like, all this feeling sorry for yourself, it's just a lot of nonsense, man. These guys who say, oh, I'm a victim, it's too hard to make it nowadays. You do realize that you're destroying yourself when you speak like that. These guys are destroying themselves when they speak like that. That's exactly what you're doing. When you start speaking like that, you're destroying your own ability to even make the changes. I don't believe in feeling sorry for yourself. I don't care if you got cancer. In fact, the people with cancer, they never felt sorry for themselves. Pee Wee Toms, Charlotte Eads, and the rest of these famous bloggers that had cancer and died early. You got guys that got zero health problems and they're coming on YouTube feeling sorry for themselves. What do you mean you feel sorry for yourself? There's people being bombed every day. There's people being bombed to smithereens. There's people who lose their whole family and you're complaining on internet because you can't find a girlfriend or you can't find a job. That's why I hate these people. And again, who's doing it? It's not boomers doing it. It's Gen X, Gen Z, and millennial pieces of shit. They're the ones that are doing it. They have destroyed the world with their, all they do is push doomerism. I'm not saying that it's a great world. I'm not claiming that it's a great world. I'm telling you it's the end times. I got no problem telling you it's the end times. Right? I got no problems telling you that. But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, just because the end times doesn't mean I'm just going to give up and do nothing about my life. No, I'm still going to do something about my life. Why? Because there's still some things to do. I'm not just going to buy a PS5 and play GTA 6 and give my life over to some video game. No, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I don't want to work no more. It's not worth it. Nothing is worth it. So why don't leave the Western world then, you piece of crap? You imbecile, you moron, you fool, you cretin. Why don't leave the Western world? If it's bad to be in the Western world, America, most of these guys are American, which is funny because America is far better than Europe. So it's got nothing to do with, the situation, bro. America is doing better economically than Europe. So why many Americans are complaining? Yeah, because of their mentality. It's all to do with their mentality. It's nothing to do with the situation. It's nothing to do with that. It's the mentality, man. It's the mentality out here in the Western world that's so toxic and hateful. And they hate themselves and they want to feel sorry for themselves. Feeling sorry for yourself is immoral. It is wicked. It's of the devil to feel sorry for yourself. Yes. You're not helping your situation. What is the point of feeling sorry for yourself? And then what do? They don't just feel sorry for themselves in their own mind, which is already bad. It's already bad to feel sorry for yourself in your own mind. What do? They feel sorry for themselves and then they go on YouTube and they start a pity party and they all cry on the internet about how bad life is. I'm a victim, this, that, and the other. Why do you do that? Why do you do that, bro? Why? Why are you feeling sorry for yourself? Oh, it's bad, it's so bad, the economy. What do you mean the economy? Yeah, it's not as good as it used to be, but does that mean that you just give up? No, I'll never give up. Giving up is dying, a death. That's what giving up is. Giving up is death, essentially. When you give up, you are dead, man. I'm not just going to give up on life just because it's harder now than it was before. Oh, it's not fair, man. Life was easier back in the day. No, it weren't. People went to the war. They were forced into war, right? People work in a factory like a slave. I don't work in a factory. I sit on my ass and make money. So is it worse today? No, it's not necessarily worse today. It's that you're in a bad position. That's the thing. You're in a bad position. Don't tell me that it's worse today, bro. Dan Pena had some morals. Yeah, Dan Pena, he said that you don't know any real men. He said you don't know any real men because he's right. I don't know why the live chat on this thing disappears, man. Like, it's bullshit. Why is this guy talking about swingers, bro? Unreal, we need your removed live stream and other videos. Yeah, well, we're going to talk about that, but I'm not just going to, put that up on another platform to get no views, man. I'm not going to do that. My whole belief system is never feel sorry for yourself. Never. Never feel sorry for yourself, bro. I would never ever feel sorry for myself. I just don't believe in that. Because, if I can get out of bed in the morning, then there's people who can't get out of bed in the morning. Remember that. There's people who can't get out of bed in the morning. So don't sit there and say, oh, this and that. Nah, bro. You're coping with it. There's people who can't get out of bed in the morning and you're sitting there talking about, it's too hard, life is too hard, I give up. Well, you can give up then. You can give up if you want to, but I don't want to give up. How about that? I don't want to give up. I want to keep going. Because I got goals, I got dreams. I was watching Nomad Capitalist Live Like a King series. I highly recommend Nomad Capitalist Live Like a King series. That's the life that you can live. Traveling the world, eating at nice restaurants. He's eating at nice restaurants with beauty queens, He was eating at a restaurant with this, in Bangkok. I was watching Live Like a King in Bangkok. He was eating at a restaurant with this girl, Opal, who later on became Miss Universe, just after he released that. I don't know how he gets away with it. He's married already, but, you know, when you got money, I mean, you can get away with anything, right? But that's the thing. So, you know, you want to live like a king. You don't want to live like a loser, man. You said a Portuguese golden visa. I don't know about Portuguese golden visa, bro. Like Portugal, they want to kick out foreigners. You know, Portugal, Spain, they're doing like you know, end tourism. They want tourism to be curtailed. Or I think it's tough. I mean, I don't know what you're doing there, but I think it's tough. I think it's tough to be a Portugueser, or to wanna not to be a Portugueser, but to wanna get into Portugal as a citizen. It must be quite a tough ordeal, but yeah, I mean, if you've done it, you've done it. I mean, but yeah, I'm all about living like a king internationally. That's what I'm all about. I'm not about feeling sorry for myself and crying on the internet. That's not gonna fix anything. What has it fixed? You've got guys doing that for 15, 20 years on YouTube. They have never got anything out of it. You're not going to make money out of it either. You might make some money, but you're still poor. Just believe that the world is your oyster. Just believe that you can get what you want out of life, man. That's what I believe. I believe I can get what I want out of life. That's why I'm not jumping in front of a train like Johnny Berber. That's why I'm not jumping off a bridge like Etika. And that's why I'm not setting myself on fire like Baraka McRae. If that's what he really did, I don't know if that's confirmed or not. But that's the thing. I'm not doing those things. And the reason why I'm not doing those things is because I got my best years ahead of me. I don't care if it's the end times. Yeah, it might be the end times, but that don't mean that just because the end times that is going to end tomorrow. Nah, bro, it's going to end over time. So we're trying to get what we can while we can. It's that simple. But anyways, I hope you guys understand that feeling sorry for yourself is the worst thing you can do. It is just criminal. I mean, feeling sorry for yourself is criminal as far as I'm concerned. The law in the UK where agricultural tax relief, there's no inheritance tax when it comes to purchasing agricultural land. Yeah, but I mean, what you gonna do with it? That's the question. What you gonna do with it? I don't know. Maybe you got a plan. But there's not a lot of people in here, you know. You can grow your subscriber count, but live streaming, like I said, is a complete waste of time. I made a mistake doing this live stream, and people will not come after. They don't even see it, you know, because I get less view on my live stream than I get on my videos, way less. It might seem like I get more views, yeah, because my live streams have been up there for years. But if you count like the first week, 2 weeks, I get like half the views, man. So doing this live stream, you know, I thought with more subscribers since last year, a few hundred more subscribers, that I would get, you know, a good amount of people in here, but that don't mean nothing. I mean, because people don't even see it. A lot of people subscribe to your channel, they don't even like you. So, you know, I mean, you talk about getting traffic, but I can't get traffic on the channel because it's suppressed. You guys need to understand that YouTube suppression means that only people that know about me already, have watched my videos already, or put the Unreal Man into the search bar can find my content. That's what it means, YouTube suppression. YouTube suppression is a real thing, bro. But if you have enough subscribers, you can kind of make it look like it's not that bad. But because I was watching Ace, you know, Ace, he does travel content. He's suppressed, but he has a lot of subscribers, like 500, 600K. So you can kind of make it look like it's not that bad. But that's the thing. I get a good amount of subscribers that do watch my content. But it doesn't mean that I'm not suppressed. It just means that a good percentage of my subscribers watch my content. Because if you look at the search, right? If you look at the search terms that come up, I get very few views from the search. And the ones that I get, the person put the Unreal Man into the search bar. So if I make a video about Gary Stevenson, people who put Gary Stevenson on the search bar are not going to see my video. That's what you're not understanding. They're not going to see it. It's not going to show up. That's the problem with YouTube. As far as these live streams go, I don't know how you guys got the notification. Even the regulars that used to come in a year ago, 2 years ago, they're not here. You know, they still watch the content. I still see them in the comment section, but I'm not seeing them here. So I don't know if they're not, you know, because I put up a whatchamacallit, what do you call that? Scheduled. I put up a scheduled, right? I put up a scheduled live stream notification kind of thing. So maybe people don't go on YouTube. I don't know. I mean, I always live stream on a Friday, but that's the thing. It's like with a lot of people, they probably just didn't expect me to live stream again. Because I said it was the last hurrah. But yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to post in community posts and see if people want to talk about the new platform. Yeah, but I'm not trying to blow up on YouTube though. You know, I'm trying to get enough, you know, I'm not trying to become big on YouTube, but the thing is with me is that, you know, I want to move to a new platform, but if I move to a new platform, I'll get 5-10 views because people are just too lazy. I mean, that's the problem with people. Yeah, they might like the Unreal Man, but when it comes down to it, a lot of people didn't even follow me to this channel. They didn't even follow me from the Unreal One. I had people come and say, oh, I just found you years later, when all they had to do was put my name into the search bar. A lot of people are completely dependent on the subscription base, you know. So if I'm not showing up in the subscription feed, they will just assume that I'm not making any videos, you know. So that's the thing, that's the problem. If I move to another platform, right, I need at least a few hundred people to follow me over, migrate. I don't see that happening. Yeah, I get a few hundred views on every video, which means that there's a few hundred people that watch my videos consistently, but that doesn't mean that they're going to follow me over. That's the problem. So until I can confirm that at least a few hundred people are going to follow me over to the next place, I'm really not going to go on another platform. There's really nothing I can do to grow the channel. I stopped posting shorts. You know, shorts don't grow the channel really at all. I mean, a little bit, but not really. Live streaming is the worst thing you can do. It does not grow your channel at all. Videos can help, you know. The only thing I can do to maybe grow the channel is post a lot of videos that could potentially go viral. Not my own videos, but reposting other people's videos, long form, not shorts, long form, that may go viral. That's the only really thing I can maybe do, try that. But other than that, there's no way to grow the channel. There's no way to grow the channel off of my content. I can talk about the biggest people on YouTube. It's not going to get any views because they're not going to be able to find it. That's what suppressed channel means. That's why I've never been able to get a big views on a video. See, I used to get like, I mean, everybody's struggling on YouTube. Everybody's struggling on YouTube nowadays, man. Everybody. That's the thing. Everybody's struggling on YouTube nowadays. It's like your subscribers don't even make any difference. You get more subscribers, but you get less views. I had more views on my old channel, which only reached about 700, 600, 700. So I never reached 1,000 on my old channel. I was getting more views. I had more people in my live streams 2-3 years ago. So there's something up with YouTube where, you know, and this is not just me, you know, this is not just me that gets, you know, yeah, people are leaving YouTube en masse, but this is not just me that gets it. A lot of people get this. Is the platform is just not lucrative. It's just a waste of time. I mean, yeah, even if your channel blows up, but it's gonna lose traction though. That's the problem. Your channel might blow up, but it's gonna lose traction. That's the issue. It's gonna lose traction. Your channel is gonna lose traction. So that's the thing. I've got live streams I can put up on another platform. I've got banned videos. I can make other content on another platform. But there's not enough people interested to justify me going over to another platform. It may take me another 2 or 3 years if I'm still on YouTube. But, you know, the way I look at it, a perfect ending to the channel might be, you know, me showing the luxury lifestyle that I'm living overseas. That might be the perfect ending to the channel. For me personally, I don't see the point of putting the effort in going to another platform unless I can guarantee that people are going to follow me over. I don't know, a petition or something like that. You know, a petition or something like that to get me guaranteed that I'm going to get at least 200, 300 people. Because there's people that watch the channel. You know, there's people that watch the channel. That's not the issue. It's not the issue that people don't watch the channel. It's people's laziness. People are just so lazy to follow you over to another platform. Even watch your live stream. People are just so lazy. I mean, you know, because they don't really believe in it. They don't really believe in the Unreal Man message. They just, you know, they're part-timers. When it comes to the message, they're not serious about the message. That's the thing. You know, will I do live stream in Asia? I may not even do that. You know, I may not even do live streams in Asia. It may not even be worth it for me to do that. Because the way I'm looking at YouTube right now, you know, the platform is just so bad. The only good thing about it is you can block trolls. I mean, other than that, the platform is terrible. You know, you can't grow a channel. You know, once your channel gets to a certain age, that's another thing. Like, you can't grow a channel if you start up and but everybody's channel slows down. Even the big YouTubers. Why is everybody's channel slowing down? That's another thing. I mean, yeah, I'm going to Asia to do business in Asia. I want to absolve myself from the United Kingdom. But it's tricky, but you know, I may not do business in Asia. I don't know. Or I might do it somewhere else. I'm going to a whole lot of countries anyway. But that's the thing. You know, with YouTube, you can like experiment with different things, and you know, these other platforms, you can't really grow a channel on these other platforms. I'm just got a few more things to say. I'll finish in a few minutes. You can't really grow a channel on these other platforms. These other platforms are just for archiving your videos, man. That's all they're really good for, archiving. Which is fine, but nobody's gonna watch them if I go on there and archive my videos. So what's really the point? You know, I don't know about live streaming in Asia on Kick or something like that. I don't know. I mean, you know, I heard you can make money on Kick, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do in Asia, but you know, live streaming on YouTube, I mean, you see the views. I mean, you know, people are going to say, well, you put a black screen and this and that. Yeah, but I put a black screen on my live stream before and I still got more views. You know, so yeah, I understand putting a black screen. I'm not going to put a black screen in Asia. In Asia, I'm going to be, but it's not going to change anything. The views are still going to be super low. You joined it so late. I don't know why you guys come right at the end. I'm finishing right now. You know, you put a black screen for the live streams because it's easy to do that. You know, yeah, everyone's going to say they don't have time to join it, but they got time for video games. You know, I just don't believe guys when they say that. I mean, you know, because if you guys are in America, I understand. If you're in the EU region, this is nighttime, bro. Like, you guys ain't working at this time. I know you're not, you know, but guys will make excuses as to why, you know, they're not on the live stream, but yet the same guys want you to go onto another platform. The people that said to me, go onto another platform, it's only AMS that's here, but the other guys that told me about, they're not here to tell me about these other platforms. You know? Okay, so you're married. That's funny that you're on a single man's channel, but you're married. But yeah, so I mean, that's my problem with the YouTube platform. I just don't like it. I think most likely what's going to happen, I'm going to show luxury lifestyle on YouTube, and that's going to be the end of my channel. I don't see myself continuing, because, you know, if I show the luxury lifestyle I'm living on YouTube, if I do that, that's going to say to people, yeah, the Unreal Man. That will motivate people, because people will be like, yeah, the Unreal Man did it, so I can do it too, right? And that's what I've been trying to do the whole time. But anyways, I've run out of time. You know, for you guys who want to listen to the Unreal Man, you know, or not listen to the Unreal Man, but talk about the new platform, you can do it in the, you know, the comment section. I don't even know how to end this. How do I end this thing, man? I have no idea how to end this live stream. What kind of bullshit is this? How do you end it? Create, highlight, retouch, hide live video, flip, mute. Let me click the X. Click the X button and see. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Oh yeah, that's the one. So yeah, so it's Unreal Man here, Truth and Man's Fear. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you aren't already, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you can phone every time I load a video.